I'm just trying to build a good life, nailing down shingles in the right side. Oh, no curling in the daylight, oh, like the old folks said they could. Some try to make me out a liar, but I'm a dreamer with no answers. Oh, who's been living like the sun don't shine on the same dog's ass every day? Oh, and who put the fire out? 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 Living like a fire sign, I was born a seeker. Living like a fire sign, an old story keeper. They're killing time when I'm sowing gold, shape shifting through the night, life's turning rose. Yeah, I've been living like the sun don't shine on the same dog's ass every day. Oh, and who put the fire out? 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 Living like a fire sign, I was born a seeker. Living like a fire sign, an old story keeper. Oh, and who put the fire out? 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 Who put the fire out?
Recorded live in Philadelphia, it is S.G. Goodman with the performance of Fire Sign. It is from the new album, Planting by the Signs. S.G. Goodman is my guest. I'm Kaleo. It's World Cafe. So good to speak again. Welcome back to the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I know this question might seem a little bit unusual to my audience if you don't know the term Planting by the Signs, but I just have to ask, are you a gardener?
I come from a long stock of gardeners, and I have been most of my life, but since I've been touring so hard, I have cactuses dying right now.
Ooh,
it's a real shame.
That's impressive, though.
Yeah, but I do. I love to put in a garden. So, yeah, I would say I am.
And what's the deal with the lawn care?
The lawn care?
Yeah, I'm seeing ads on your ads, quote unquote, on Instagram for your lawn care service.
Sometimes, despite how it might seem I feel, the internet can be fun. But yeah, before I was a musician right out of college, and actually I had a lawn care company with my brothers as a child. So I have done lawn care most of my life, and that was a job I had after I graduated college. Yeah. And so whenever, we designed that T-shirt, I said, this looks like a lawn care logo. And I had, this is the first time in my life I've had people cut my yard. And it's a painful topic, but I have some good boys, some high schoolers at home. And I was like, hey, I want to pretend like we're a lawn crew to, promote these T-shirts. So that's what we did, yeah.
So Planting by the Signs is an ancient practice I learned. I fell down a rabbit hole reading about this. And the idea of planting crops according to the phases of the moon. It's not a new idea, but I also discovered it's deeply rooted in Appalachia and the history. I'm curious, for our audience, what is it? And for me, what intrigued you about it?
Well, yeah, you're right. I would say it has remained most prominent in like Appalachia in the South, and that just simply has to do with migration patterns. You know, with who settled where in the United States, and it isn't just strictly with like the Scottish and Irish and Germans. You know, many cultures forever have looked to the moon and stars for signs and for guidance. But one thing, like you brought up, I am a gardener. I'm a farmer's daughter. Being connected to the land and growing things, and also most importantly, the seasons, realizing that the road was taking me out of that. It's just like, you know, right before we did this East Coast tour, I was out west, completely different weather and seasons. And that really just it really got to me over a long period of time. And I had this book at home, the Foxfire series, and I was looking at it and reading about planting by the signs, and it hit me that I was raised that way.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
So this is a little, I mean, I don't know a better way to put this, but I was, weaned from my mother by the phases of the moon, potty trained. My brother cuts his hair by the signs. But there were a lot of this. It wasn't like this belief system where we believe this and this is how we do it. It was just more like your grandmother says, you know, if you pull a tooth right now, the signs are in the head and you're going to bleed a lot.
Wow.
Like these types of things. And it's just a passive belief system. And that really got my gears going, I guess, because, I mean, I do think just broadly thinking about how beliefs are passed down, what we choose to continue to believe, how society has affected those. And I'll add one last thing.
Please.
I think because of how rooted this belief system is in the seasons, I think it allowed me to carry that rhythm with me and realize that I didn't, just because I'm not able to go home and start my seedlings in February and, you know, get them in the ground or whatever at particular times. We're all planting and sowing and, you know, tending to things in our lives, and that we all are in seasons.
Yeah.
Another thing about this album is, I guess, my lineage as a storyteller, as a Southerner, and, stories are the best way to kind of portray, or one of the many ways, I would argue, the best way to portray your beliefs and to pass them down. And throughout this album, I wanted to represent storytelling in the way it was taught to me and the way that it's handed down, even from putting field recordings in my work, having it in the medium of song, doing long form narratives, these types of things. And it's all a picture of being a storyteller. I'm an aunt. I have many nieces and a nephew. And, I think we all at some point realize, like, I'm going to be the keeper of the stories.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the one passing them down. So for me, when I was putting together like how this belief system has been in my life, looking at my little baby nieces and nephew, it could end with me if I don't share it.
Story, yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of a motive around portraying this, and also always an honor to get to maybe talk about a different element of modern day Southern culture and kind of give a different view of the place I come from.
Yeah, love that. If you're just joining us, this is World Cafe. S.G. Goodman is my guest. The new album is called Planting by the Signs. Planting, pruning, building, and harvesting, those are some of the themes that you wanted to work with us on this record. So you have this, like, I don't want to call it like a well, but this incredible area to sort of dive into. How do you take those themes and make it work for a concept for an album?
Well, I tour really hard.
Yeah.
Play a lot of shows a year, especially for someone that's not, in like the comforts of a bus or something. It's kind of crazy. We really hit the pavement. And I found that I really wasn't able to be a songwriter on the road at all.
That is not your
I'm not
MO.
alone. I'm
Okay.
not alone.
There are a lot of people. Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time with that. And, when I was interested in the idea of planting by the signs, my, I guess, method of going about it was accepting the fact that, all right, I'm on the road. What can I do to continue to be active in my craft? And that was through research, reading everything I could about it, calling, my country people and talking. I was like, "Does your Pepaw ever talk to you about, planting by the moon or whatever?" And, really just delving in. So by the time I actually started writing the songs for this album, all the details and imagery were so ingrained in me that they were able to come out in a way that was natural, which is the way, our beliefs come out, which is just through everyday life moments. So, I have a love song where I talk about cutting your hair by the moon, or I have, like my different songs on the album, they all have details around this concept, and it came out really naturally because I spent a couple of years just delving in.
You put in the work.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. This is World Cafe. We're here with S.G. Goodman. Let's listen to another song from Planting by the Signs. Here's Satellite.
Say it's good, say it's right. Wishing on a satellite. Kingdom come,
Recorded live in Philadelphia, it's S.G. Goodman with a performance of Satellite. It's the song that opens her new album, Planting by the Signs. I'm Kaleo. S.G. is my guest. This is World Cafe. Was there an event or moment that caused you or inspired you to write that song?
Well, I was heading back from tour in Europe, and I had a lot of caffeine, and I thought I was going to be able to work on this plane. I was on a budget plane. They didn't have internet.
Oh, no.
And so there I was, just absolutely punishing this person next to me out of boredom, trying to get, a friend on the plane. And I wrote the line, which I guess I'm not allowed to say, but I said, talking big and having fun, which is, a little cuss word in there that I can't say right now, a little radio edit. But I had that line. And then when I went into the studio, I'd gone into this, the bathroom on the plane and sang this melody. And while recording this album, I woke up one morning and was going through some notes and came across that, and everything started coming to me. And it was really weird. This is some studio magic stuff. Normally when you're in a creative zone, sometimes this happens. It's not unique to me. But I realized that the song Satellite, that had to be on the album, because it really was talking about this, I guess, tension between the natural world and what happens when the ether is just polluted with man-made objects.
Yeah.
And not only that, I was really interested in the way, like, what does it mean for centuries for humans to have looked to nature for guidance when now we can turn on YouTube and listen to a creek bubbling in our living room, but never maybe feel the need to go to said creek and see it for ourselves.
So on your Instagram, there you say about this song, we're ruled by satellites now, and our world seemingly revolves around their function, like a lot of junk in space, right? Mm-hmm. Can we acknowledge that and not lose ourselves? And I think that is a moral question a lot of people are struggling with. Mm-hmm. And don't want to be presumptive, but what you just said leads me to believe nature is what helps you not lose yourself. Is there anything else, or is there something greater than that?
Yeah, but nature is really very all-encompassing. We're nature, but I would say, the kids say touch grass, which is really funny for me because, with my relationship with land and things as a farmer's daughter, I was just like, wow, we really are screwed at this point if that's something we have to remind ourselves of. But
something you did every day.
Yeah, and but yeah, nature is definitely something that I use to, be quiet, and I love manual labor. And that's why it's a pain that I have kids mowing my yard now.
That's what it is. You're not doing it yourself.
Yes, because that's a really, so many writers say, like, they'll write and then walk and write and walk. Well, I love to, weed eat a fence line.
Yeah.
So.
If I have to write an interview out, I need to do the dishes or something every few minutes. It's like a clean slate sort of thing.
It helps you get out of your way. When you're in a repetitive motion or something, it's always important for me to go home and come up with many tasks where I'm not have my writer's hat on, but that's actually where I'm able to get out of my own way and come to something. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is World Cafe. We're here with S.G. Goodman. The new album is called Planting by the Signs. You recorded the record down in Muscle Shoals. Mm-hmm. Why did you want to head down to Alabama to make this record?
Well, I'll say this for people wanting to make a record. Muscle Shoals and the little cities around there, they have like this great economic incentive where they do rebates there too.
That's awesome.
That's one thing that was, an incentive. Also, I don't typically, I'm sure at some point in my career I'll record an album in Nashville, but I typically never record there for my own work. It's, I'm inspired by the people there, but not necessarily the place currently, and haven't been for a while. So I don't ever put that energy into my stuff. Great records come out of there. I'm not shaming it. It's just not for me.
And Nashville is home. Is that home for
That
you right
is
now?
not. I live in Western Kentucky.
Right. I was just making sure. But I guess Nashville is
It's the closest.
the logical place to go.
It would be, yeah. So I'm 2 hours out of there. But I recorded in Sheffield in the Shoals area, and you walk out the door of the studio, it's this old bank, and you might not see a human there all day. And that is exactly like the place I was raised. So I felt at home. You know, a lot of people, they like to do like destination recording, and I'm like, well, why? Because you should be in the studio.
Right. You should be working.
You know, I'm there 12 plus hours a day, and so it's not like I'm going out and living it out on the I want to go to bed.
So it's work.
Yeah, it's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people look at it like it's a vacation, but that also are the people who are like, who don't have demos, maybe don't have completed songs before they go in. They're looking for inspiration in the moment. That isn't your MO, I take it.
Yeah, and I don't, you know,
Nothing wrong with either way.
I write from a pretty particular place and stuff, so I'm not going to be real inspired going to Maui or something. You know, it's like that, in fact, that would be a terrible record for me to make. Being on the beach at the skin. Be terrible, actually.
Even with sunscreen, you're like because so many people love the environment. Where we're going to Sonic Ranch, or we're going to Iceland, or we're going that. No, it doesn't sound.
I'm in the dark room, and I want some. No, I don't want anybody to go out of that black hole for 12 hours. Go get a lunch break. You come back in. Make sure you're not eating something heavy, so you don't want to. Quit after hour 5.
Right. Studio costs money. We're on it. We're on the clock, folks.
Yeah. Maybe one day where I can be like, oh, I have 3 months to make a record. No, I have, a few, 7 days, and it's got to be done. So, yeah, I want to get to work.
Yeah. And I don't want to over romanticize the idea of recording a record. A lot of people are like, it's heaven, but it is for you. It's work. It's what's going on.
Yeah, it's all work. And I love to work. And touring is work, and recording is work, all of it. And I take a lot of joy in that. So, yeah, I want to work hard.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is World Cafe. S.G. Goodman is my guest. The song Michael told me, it is beautiful. And sometimes it's sort of like I can give the story, and I feel like I'm always putting words into a guest's mouth. But Mike was Mike Harmon, your friend, your mentor, your neighbor, and probably a whole lot more than just that. The song is about him, but before we talk about the song, I'm just curious, would you like to share anything about him? Because I would love to know a little bit more about who Mike was.
He was crazy as all get out, so much fun, and always a yes man. Mike has done everything. He's known me for 12 years. So before I was signed or had agents or anything, we played shows, and everything from little Mexican restaurants to little dives around Western Kentucky. And I also was his neighbor at one time in my life, and he became a father figure to me. But he was supposed to be out on tour with us in 2023. I believe that was the year. But his lodging fell through down there, and he decided not to come out. And we traveled on. We were playing in Texas, which is where he's from, and we played a sold-out show, and I was so excited. So we were talking on the phone a bit, and then I ran into ice on the road in the Laguna Mountains in Southern California, which is very strange. Mm-hmm. And I had never chained my vehicle before, so I called him for advice. And then we had a storm back in Western Kentucky, and Mike... I asked him if he could go check on my roof. And that was one of the last times I spoke with him. And leaving out of L.A., we learned that he had died in a tree accident. He was crushed by a tree. And, I'll say this, there was only maybe one other way he would have chosen to go, which was getting eaten by a shark. He was a surfer. And so that it was just the strangest and biggest gift he could ever give to me, because I'm sure everyone has had someone pass in their life, and death is such a weird experience. But I just really know that he met it head on. And I was told during that time that your relationship with somebody doesn't end when they die, it just changes.
Yeah.
And I really have felt that. And so he keeps showing up.
I really appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
One of the things that really I appreciate about the song and stood out to me is that in some ways it's very much, here's a message out into the ether to Michael. But in the song, there's a message from Michael to you. And I love that sort of cross-pollination. Can you tell me a little bit about what Michael told you?
Well, the other character, real life character in this song is, one of my co-producers for this album, Matthew Rowan. And Matt and I also we've lived together, we have toured together. He's been a longtime friend and music collaborator. But as a lot of people who deeply love each other, you can have some pretty hard falling outs.
Sure.
And we've had a couple, and we were in one. We had been on, we weren't speaking to each other after touring with each other in 2021 for about 2 years. Yeah. And whenever I was told that Mike died, I think it's a really natural thing to want to do, to reach out to anyone who means anything to you. So that's, Mike gave us that too, and we were able to mend our friendship. And then, we came back together and did something that I think we've always done well together, which was create something. And so I tell the story of how Mike's death really brought back Matt and I into each other's lives. And what's odd about that, I wrote the first lines to this song in 2021.
Before everything.
Yeah. And it wasn't finished until 2020, late 23 or 24.
Wow.
Or early 24, I think, is when I finished the song. So just goes to show you, which is very typical of me and my songwriting. Songs really can evolve and reveal themselves over time. And that's, who would have known? I started that verse, I wrote it in a Red Roof Inn, sleeping next to one of my bandmates snoring. The first little line to that song.
And who'd have known where it would have gone from there?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's listen to a live performance of Michael Told Me. It's S.G. Goodman on World Cafe.
Heard I love you from Los Angeles. Heard I love you from Los Angeles. Heard I love you from Los Angeles. Once we got the news, cut the motor, pinned him right beneath the shoulders. Wrote I love you from Los Angeles, the place we started drifting from each other. So for years now I took cover. Third, I love you from Los Angeles. Even with the pain between each other, I was reaching for my brother. True friend, they would set the needle. True friend, they would thread the bone. Hold your legs and let you scream. They know where your pain is coming from. Not the only one beside you, not the only one to fight, but you took your hand, broke the mirror. Hurt too bad to know that I've seen the light. Michael told me we could handle it. Oh, Michael told me we could handle it. Give it time, the limbs we gave to shadow will grow back from new pruned parts. Michael swore that you could handle it, though you felt the blow, took the blow. Swore you'd see the loving part. Oh, how true friend, they would thread the needle. True friend, they would set the bone. Hold your legs and let you scream. They know where your pain is coming from. Not the only one beside you, not the only one to fight. But you took your hand, broke the mirror. Hurt too bad to know that I've seen the light shining through those golden hardest parts of you. Oh, and I've seen the light shining through. Oh, and I've seen the light. Oh, and I've seen the light. Oh, and I've seen the light shining through. Who told me we could handle it? Who told me we could handle it? Oh, Michael told me we could handle it.
The song is Michael Told Me. It's from my guest, S.G. Goodman. The new album is available now. It is called Planting by the Signs. The band sounds fantastic. Would you introduce them for us, please?
Yeah, I have on guitar Gusty Escalante. I have on drums Mr. Ben Parks. I have on bass Jonathan Shoemaker, who we call Shoe. Unless his dad's in the room, then we call him Shunior.
Okay.
And on keys and all the other auxiliary stuff, I have John Calvin Abney.
Awesome. Thanks to everyone today.
Proud of them.
The closing song on the album, I'm always good for a barn-burning epic to end an album, and a 9-minute song that involves a road trip in a Malibu with love, love, death, faith, hope, sin. There are a few more cast of characters. I just would love to know where this song started.
Well, before Mike died, before leaving on that tour in February, my dog of nearly 13 years passed.
Howard, right?
My little dog Howard, who people who follow me online probably saw, which, honestly, don't put your dog online. It's kind of like putting a kid, if something happens, like it's just an awkward conversation afterwards.
I remember meeting your dog on Zoom during the pandemic by your side.
Just a precious angel, but no, I'm just kidding. It was great to share him with the world. But anyhow, like I said, I tore really hard, and there I was dealing with two very, very tragic deaths in my life, and I wasn't able to stop. touring. I literally,
Like you couldn't get off the road?
I couldn't get off the road. So grief was very much pushed away and just held up. And I wrote the song, or started the song, Heaven Song. I was home for about 3 nights. And I was just on my back porch, and some lines started coming, and they didn't stop. I mean, it's a 9-minute song nearly. And I didn't know where it was going, but I was just kind of in a flow state and letting everything happen. And what I realized as I was writing it, how much that song really should be the ending song on this record, because, you know, the record is so much about beliefs and stories we hold on to. And there I was, as probably the protagonist in that song, riding in a car with a bunch of concepts. And there were only a few truly real things, which was maybe me and the dog. And I you know, it's not very music business 101 to put a 9-minute song out in a day of streaming, but I don't care. And I'm proud of that one, and it was really therapeutic. And I think, that was maybe I took some time off after my touring year that next year, a couple months, to write this record and to grieve and things. But that was I think maybe just a little bit of a flooding of release there on the back porch. But also I think it's a fun song. I think it's fun.
It's fun to do something where you get to stretch out like that, I imagine, too, because when you're like, I'm making an album closer, and if we're going to do a long song, we're going to do a really long song. How do you approach that, like, in the studio as a musician? Like, because, you know, it obviously sort of builds to this, you know, climax.
Well, I have, you know, a lot of writers aren't like this. Some are, but I really have a vision for a song as I'm writing it, just from production to music and how I want it to build. It's not like I come in there with lyrics and I'm like, I don't know what this should sound like. I hear mostly everything before, as I'm writing it. I kind of do it that way, and I don't think it can, as much as it is a gift, it's also a curse, because then you go in there with this idea and then you fight people.
Do you feel like you're too rigid? You're like, I don't want to compromise on this?
Sometimes. And this album I did, you know, I had 2 co-producers, Drew Vandenberg, Matt Rowan, and I did that very specifically because I wanted to push myself to have more people to gang up on me.
To say, no, you can't do it this way.
But with this song, you know, in the studio, I had amazing musicians. I had Matt Pence on drums, who's just a total psycho on drums, and Craig Berletic on bass, Ben Tanner on keys, and Matt Rowan played guitars, and I did too, and sang. So we just had such a strong chemistry in the room that, you know, we just took a few takes is what we did, and the songs came out, and if they weren't right, kind of knew pretty immediately, and we pivoted. But that song, it is I guess my epic kind of thing. It's a story, you know.
Awesome. Well, if it's a questionable decision in the music industry in 2025 to record a 9-minute song, you should come visit your friends in public radio who are only too happy to play a 9-minute performance.
And that's why I love y'all. Exactly. Yeah. I really appreciate that.
We got all the time in the world here on public radio. Let's hear it. It's Heaven Song, recorded live, S.G. Goodman on World Cafe.
Bought an old Malibu from the guy next door. Then I did what many have done before. Filled the tank up full and took out for heaven. When I first cut out, all I had was my dog, but I was told he wouldn't be here for long. Gave him a french fry and I asked him, does he know where we're going? He just looked out the window and so far no heaven was showing. Well, a stranger hopped in, first red light, she said, my name is Love and does that dog bite? I told her no, but would she mind riding shotgun? Said I never cared much for love behind me or on the run. Well, the first 100 miles, the talking was light. She said, can't get to heaven driving through the night. By the way, I never asked your reason for going. If I'm heading there with you, I guess I better be knowing. And I said, maybe if I see it, then I want it. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. We popped off at a fancy hotel. Would've booked a lot cheaper if I'd been looking for help. Left the dog upstairs and took Love to the hotel bar. I guess love's gonna do what love's gonna do. Love's gonna bring it all over to you. And before I knew it, I was surrounded. Love introduced me to faith, said don't be shy. And I met hope before she waved over another guy. Was her old friend Sin, who said he's been at this bar before. Love you, Jesus Christ, as Jesus came walking through the door. Oh well, Jesus was drunk by the end of our night. He said it's hard being him when folks think God's on their side. Before I knew it, they all had asked to bum a ride. Fell asleep just dreaming of heaven coming into sight. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. Oh, maybe if I see it, then I want it. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. My little dog, he died in the night. Left out for heaven before the sun's first light. Oh, then we found death, holding out his thumb at Texaco. He said if we were looking for heaven, he'd know which way to go. All of faith held the map, told me where to turn. Can't trust a man where the truth is concerned. Right about then, we drove up on Two Brothers. Turns out they were twins, could hardly tell the one from the other. One said his name was real, authenticity. Spoke with a southern accent from the rear view. I could see that Real had a little scar at the tip of his jaw. Lesson learned, the journey in the night. Soul stigmatism, trying to get it right. Road rash heat coming from the wheels. Won't forget how this long road feels. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. Oh, maybe if I see it, then I want it. Would have sworn the car was full, but then in came the universe. That old Chevy Malibu turned into a hearse. Before we hit that mud hole right outside of heaven's gate. Time had come to say goodbye now to all my friends. I told them all I hope to see them again. Sin wouldn't let me go before I answered his question. He said it's high time for settling scores. It's time to make a confession. Held me up under my chin. That's what I learned from him. Maybe if I see it, then I want it. Oh,
I need a second after all that. Recorded live on World Cafe. It's Heaven Song. It's the track that closes S.G. Goodman's new album, Planting by the Signs, which is available now. S.G., it is always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in, and
Thanks for
congrats
having
on
me.
the album.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that.
You got
Proud
it.
of it.
We're back in a minute with more World Cafe.